Captain's Log Supplemental.
So, Miss Vicky.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when we were watching those WRL events and some of those grid life events where you used to see the in-car video and it had like the cameras seeing front and back, but it also could see all the telemetry and everything that was going on?
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of the ones that we liked were taken by the Sentinel system. Remember James came on our podcast earlier?
Right.
You know, we have no excuse since he lent us one for trial and demonstration purposes. We should actually probably put that in one of our cars. Maybe two.
I really think we should.
I think we should.
I know.
Because then we'd look like the immature endurance racing team that we are. Oh, wait, I mispronounced that, didn't I? Sorry, my bad. We could
So what does
have,
the Sentinel system do?
we could have 3 cameras with picture-in-picture. We could have, if we ever get the AIM system to work, open invitation to anybody from AIM to come on and give us a little bit of love. We need some help. And then we could have all our telemetry on there. And then we can have it streamed live into the paddock or around the world to our millions of fans. We're apparently very popular in Kenya right now. Don't know why, but that's fine. And it can integrate all the available race statistics from like Race Hero and everything. So we could actually see how we're doing on video. We wouldn't even have to carry around our phone anymore. Live.
I love it.
From the great halls of their house, there are assembled 3 who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. Their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicky Fisher. Our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Skripchuk. And our Batman, the master of tools, gadgets, and all things mechanical, our mild-mannered soon-to-be billionaire, Alan Danvers. Their mission, to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them, and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team. Dominating with Dawson.
Dominating with Dawson with no Dawson. But we do have Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
And we do have Miss Vicky.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been asked by a longtime listener, first-time caller. We'll call him codename Tim. And he had a question that we've covered a little bit, but maybe not to the depth that we probably could or should. And it was regarding fueling and how to fuel over the day, because he had worked with a team and they had a 55-gallon drum and they refilled their 3 5-gallon jugs. And other people seem to have like 10 or 20 or 30. He probably was looking at me, but that's, don't tell anybody. 5-gallon jugs. And he was saying, what do you do? What do you do? So what do you do, Jeremy?
It depends on the series that you're racing in, first of all,
100%.
because every series has different rules. But in Lemons, it's different for every team. What works for one team may not work necessarily for another. The way Nick and I do it is we usually have Nick. He's about yay tall. He shows up. Sometimes he flies in.
Really?
And he jumps in a car and he
Does
goes
he?
fast. And then you know what, Bill?
Hmm.
Remember last year at Jersey
Mm-hmm.
where that guy was choking on bacon?
Oh, the bacon shower.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
That's
bacon
Nick.
guy.
That's Nick, the bacon
Oh.
guy.
Oh,
He
okay.
got a
That's
Heimlich.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Nick who knows about Porsches and is going to tell me what to do. I thought you were talking about that Nick.
Well, I think that's the same guy, but yeah, I don't know.
I think he disappeared. But anyway, okay.
He did. So anyway,
We love you, Nick.
so what works for us is I usually bring, we have 4 Hunsikers, and I usually bring those before I get to the track, close to the track. I don't tow to the track with them full, but when I get to a gas station that's close to the track, I'll fill them up and fill the vehicle up. Go ahead, Bill.
Unsackers are not for traveling full. They will break.
Yes.
So don't do this.
No, don't ever do that. But that's all I bring. Nick and I, it works perfect for us. So what we do throughout the day is, in the morning, we make sure the truck is full and the fuel jugs are full. If the fuel jugs are not full that first morning, after the race starts, somebody takes the fuel jugs to wherever we need to take them. Usually we just fill up at the track because we don't usually like leaving. And then after every pit stop, after things have calmed down, if we need more fuel, we just run over to the gas pumps at the track, or we run to a quick close gas station, fill them up, and we do that throughout the day. At the end of the day, we make sure that our vehicle is full. All of our gas cans are full for the next day. That works for us. Other people, go ahead, Bill.
I'm just going to say we agree. I like to think of it as 4 5-gallon jugs, even though they carry 6 5-gallon jugs per car, just to be safe. And then fill them the night before the race when you're tired. Go fill up the car, then go fill up all the jugs. Usually we end up picking up jugs for friends, and I have like 30 jugs in the back of my truck, and we go get them, and it's fun. But it's
and you drive a Chevy, so it will carry all that weight of that fuel.
Yes.
Now, if you have a Ford, that might be a little different. You might only want to put 2 or 3 jugs in the back.
GarageHeroesInTraining@gmail.com, and I will forward them to Mr. Jeremy Hall. Anyway, so that's it. Miss Vicky, would you like to talk about some of our lovely races that happen in, say, May and June of the year, if there's anything different about that?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Where do we race in June?
NJM, of course, NJMP.
Yes. Yeah. Is there any difference in this philosophy when we do it?
Yes. All right. So for those, check. I don't know if New Jersey is the only.
Yes, they are.
State that does this. I don't know if there's any other states in the United States that do this. But New Jersey requires red cans, and I've seen people attempt to paint their cans red. But
hot tip, if you paint your can red, put on a piece of duct tape before you paint it red, and then you can take the duct tape off and you can see how full it is, because you don't want to squirt yourself in the face with gas. Been there, done that. It's not that much fun.
No, but the thing is that the gas will actually peel that paint off.
It can't, because red is inherently gas resistant, and nothing can happen to anything that's red. Just ask New Jersey.
If you paint them, that's what will happen. So you're going to have to get red cans, and the best thing that you could do is probably get about two or three red cans just to have on the side. You don't want to buy like a whole stock of them, just enough that what it's going to take to fill your tank, have that, because then you can keep refilling those. No, that doesn't work, does it?
The reason you don't want the red cans, typically, if you're trying to race to win, is the red cans that are available are typically slower. So they're going to slow your pit stops down.
Right.
If you
it's all a safety thing in New Jersey.
Right.
All the motorsport stuff is all run by the state police. Like all that kind of stuff is all the state police run all that stuff. And that's why they have that rule. I have never had an issue at NJMP, but I also don't leave the track to get fuel.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that when you're at the track.
If you're going to stay at the track, they have gas pumps at NJMP. I know there's other tracks there, but you just drive over to the gas pumps. But if you're going to leave the track because you want to save 9 cents a gallon, most places that you're going to run into, they will not allow you to put fuel in the cans unless you have red gas cans.
If you would like to find a loophole in said rule, GarageHeroesInTraining@gmail.com, and we might know a way. Or for legal reasons, we might not know a way. My lawyer, Miss Vicky, is screaming in the background. Anyway.
You're going to edit that out.
I don't edit anymore. Anyway, so we've got 4 gas cans per car. Ideally, we're talking ideal. When you're first starting, use your lawnmower gas cans. Whatever. You're not going to win anyway. You're going to be slow. It doesn't matter. Eventually, you want to get to faster gas cans, and you want to have about 4 of them.
Well, and things work, various things work different for again, various series, different vehicles. Some series allow you to modify your fuel system so that you can pour the gas in faster, which means you want to modify your fuel cans. Some people, like our listener who wrote in, some teams have a 55-gallon drum or two, and they fill them up before they get to the track, and they have either a mechanical or an electric fuel pump that pumps it out of the 55-gallon drum into their individual cans.
Or manual.
Yeah. Yep. So it depends on what the rules for your series are. And then I suggest that you talk to people and see what works better for them if you think that you're having an issue with how you're doing it. The years that we've been racing, we have figured out that 4 cans is enough, and we just fill them throughout the day.
Yep. Usually we'll go to the pit stop. Usually we'll do that on the hot pit, and we'll go there with 2, maybe 3 cans, depending on the car.
We take 3 for the truck because of the fuel cell.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But usually it's no more than 3. 2 is usually sufficient. Like for the Honda Civic, 2 is plenty.
Mm-hmm.
The only time you can get yourself into a jam is when you have like one that's a quarter full. Then you're going to take 3. So get a nice little tote with wheels that can fit 3, and you'll be set for the rest of your life as far as racing goes.
Make sure it will fit 3 and your extinguisher and your drip pan.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it's always good to have a little bucket that's in there too, so it can grab all the caps that come off of your cans, your containers, your gas jugs. You want to catch those because they're expensive to replace, and actually Bill kind of got around them. You can actually replace them with PVC caps. That kind of works too if you've discovered that they are lost or your tips are worn out. So there's ways of capping them that can be more efficient instead of paying the amount of money that it's going to cost to actually get the real deal. So that kind of works also.
That works for the Hunsaker cans, but if you have
Yes.
if you have other cans, it may not. But
like the little VP racing ones, those are.
Mm-hmm. So there's also ways of modifying I think we already discussed this, modifying the inside of your gas tank. Did we already discuss that? Okay. Also, when you're racing on the track, you'll start getting into a rhythm to figure out exactly how much your gas is going to be able to fill. So we know that when that car comes in, it's time to come in. Ours is roughly not quite a whole 2 cans before we push that car out again. So by that time, you'll be able to figure out what your gas usage is. You start getting into a rhythm and know I'm going to need this much, and somebody's going to have to take a run right around noon or 3 o'clock to go get these things done so we can make it through the day. So each car obviously is going to be different, and each race pace is going to make that either go up or down quicker or faster gas usage. But you'll understand whether you're going to need more than 4 cans depending on how serious you are to get that car to the finish line, and attempt for your wins. You can expand on that later, but for starters, usually a good 3 to 4 cans is good.
And you can always go fill the cans during the day, either on track or off track, depending. So, and then there's hot rodding the gas cans. We're not going to get into that right now. That's separate. That's things to make the gas flow quicker and things to do. So,
well, and that's not even, I mean, if your car can't accept the fuel any faster than the can gives it to it, there's no point in doing any of that anyway.
True. Anything we miss? Anything on gas cans?
Write us in. Tell us what you do. Maybe we'll change what we do.
Oh, you know what's a really good thing to do? When you're filling up the gas cans, make sure you take both vents off, because if you only do one, you get a face full of gas.
Ask Bill how he knows.
Mm-hmm.
And again, these are all beginner tips. We know that, some of the people, most of the people that listen to us are very, very experienced, but we do have a lot of new drivers coming in. And new season, new beginner drivers.
And Lemons had a lot of new people last year, and it was fantastic.
Right. It really was. It really was.
So if you have any questions like Codename Tim, write us in.
Or suggestions.
Exactly. We like those. Anyway, so thanks, everybody.
Thank you.